Hello, this is Northwest Arkansas Disability Attorney Jason Krebs, and in today's video we thought we would discuss a question or try to answer a question that a caller recently had in a consultation we had, and that was how much medical evidence is necessary to win my Arkansas disability case. Well, there's no simple answer to that, unfortunately. Every case is going to be different. Every person is going to be different. Now, there are certain conditions that you can win your claim automatically. Now, those are very rare cases. They're things that are found on the compassionate allowance list, things like Lou Gehrig's disease, certain forms of various aggressive forms of cancer, those type of things. Very, very severe, quick-moving, generally conditions that are going to, not going to get better, and obviously not going to get better. No chance, more for all intent and purposes, more or less. So, what most people have to prove is their condition. Now, everybody's condition is also going to be, has to be documented, but it also is going to depend on what's your past work been. How old have you been, or how old are you now? What kind of work have you been doing for the past 15 years? So there's no simple answer to that. If you have an MRI that shows very severe conditions, sometimes that's the best form of evidence, because that is what we call objective medical evidence. Because you can't fake an MRI. The Social Security Administration and Social Security judges love MRIs, X-rays, blood tests, what we call objective medical evidence. Understand that these folks basically hear one thing and one thing only all day, every day, and that's I can't work. So when they have somebody that has a lot of documentation of the hard injury, as it were, or there's a broken bone, or there's a degenerative disc that's shown, or a blown disc that's shown in the back with an MRI, or they have terrible blood values and blood draws, and it's obvious they have very severe anemia. Social Security likes those things, echocardiograms, those type of things. So if you have some severe problems with that, maybe you don't have to go to the doctor quite as much as you might with some of the other type of injuries. If you're, depression, you're going to have a lot of documentation. Going to the doctor a couple times a year just generally isn't enough. I mean, unfortunately. And so the documentation side of things, the older you are, you may need a little less. There's no guarantee of that, but you might not need quite as much medical documentation. So the more documentation you have, you should never assume that you have enough documentation. The more documentation that you have, the better off you generally are. And the more times you're going to the doctor, making sure that you're accurately reporting everything that's going on. If you tell your doctor you're doing fine when you're really not, that one, he or she can't treat you properly, and two, that sure doesn't help your case. Medication side effects are just as important as what they treat. So it's important that you document, and as much as you can, what's going on with your problems. Again, it's not generally just the condition, it's how is the condition affecting my ability to show up to work every day, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. We do offer a book that you can get if you're an Arkansas or Missouri resident at KrebsLawOffice.com, 417-883-5886 or 1-800-345-0535. We'll be glad to talk to you. Thanks. Bye.